So first of all, I'm going to introduce all of you with what is research paper, or when somebody says research paper, then what is coming in your mind immediately? And I also want to tell you what's a review article. If somebody will tell you or suggest you to write a review article, then what immediately click on your head? So what's the difference between the research paper and a review article? So basically there is lots of difference you could find in the article or in the Google or internet sources. That what's the basic difference between between a research article or a review article. But there is three basic parameters to differentiate a research or review article. All right. So the first one is the viewpoint. What is the viewpoint of research article? So research article is basically the viewpoint of a researcher and author, all right? And review article is a viewpoint of the several critical discussion of different authors which already those research been done in previous years or the previous time. So viewpoint is different. Research article is a viewpoint of a single author or two or three authors, but a review article is a viewpoint of the different critical discussions of several authors has already been done in before. And also based on the content, the research article should be a very, very, very new content. And the review article would be like assessing already published content. You see what I mean? Like a review article means several articles already published in the internet, and you can just aggregate those research article and just doing some critical review or discussions on the study already been done. So on the other parameters to differentiate a research or review article is length. So sometimes length is varied, to be honest, because you can find some large length of research paper in compared to the review article, or review article could be the larger than the research article. But in most of the cases, fundamental research article should be like a larger than a review article, because review article is spotlight or highlights of several different works already been done in a single piece of paper. So length is varied, but in terms of content, the research article should be the very new content, but the review article should be like assessing already published contents. And the other hand, like the viewpoint of a research article is for a single author or dual author or thrice authors, but in the review article should be the critics of several discussions of authors. And in that part of the presentation, I'm going to talk about some of the writing tools and materials. The people or the guests are coming in the who are start like fresh and who are beginners on the writing track. They should have very careful about the writing tools and materials. So I'm going to introduce here some of the tools and materials. Basically, for the non-native speakers, non-native English speakers, they need an online dictionaries or thesaurus for writing an article, and definitely different sources. Like for non-native English speakers, they sometimes need some synonymous word of very general words. So they need thesaurus or dictionaries. But sources is like another important factor for writing an article. Doesn't matter, it will be the review article or a research articles, but source is a very important part, because you have to find several articles or several sources, information from internet or several different ways. I will discuss it later part of the presentation more or elaborately. So be careful about the tools. And the most important thing from my point of view for writing a research article is the referencing tool. Definitely when you will write or attempting to write a research article or a review article, you have to reference or cite other people's work in your actual article. So several different kind of referencing software available in Uh, Please, could you please just turn off or mute your speaker? Then the noise will not come and other guests will not bother it. All right. I'd like to request to keep mute your speakers. All right. I was talking about the referencing tool and software. So you can find several different software or referencing tools. So first one is Jotero, EndNote, Mendeley. So in the basis of the Asian or South Asian country, I was very familiar with the EndNote, but in America and in Canada, we are preferably use the Jotero and Mendeley referencing tools. All right, so from my experience, I did use the Jotero. I've been writing and still writing the research paper, different review articles. I've got 3 publications in this year, and I use the Jotero referencing tools. So you can find Jotero free downloaded, and if you are enrolled student in several universities across the world, I think your university has access on Jotero or Mendeley or EndNote. So in America or in Canada, Jotero and Mendeley is like most popular from best of my knowledge, and in South Asian countries, people are thoroughly use the EndNote referencing tools. And also another tool is to develop outlines of writing. So what you are going to write, you have to use outlines so that you can write your articles in a right flow. All right, so what is outlines of your writings? Like a research or review articles have some parts, right? Like introduction or result and discussion or materials methods. If it will be a first author writing or the research article. Then some articles has summary part or conclusion part. So first you have to write down neat and cleanly your outlines, what you are going to write to complete your review or research articles. If you are going to write research articles, then the chapter should be abstract, introduction, materials and methods, result and discussions, and the conclusion of your work. And if you are going to write the review article, then the outline should be abstract, introductions, critical discussions, conclusions, or summary, or the future direction, blah, blah, blah. Like it depends what you are going to write, or your supervisor, depend on your supervisor also, who could suggesting you to complete your writings. But you have to be very careful to write down the outlines, and the outline should be very organized and clean so that you could easily execute your writing end of the day. All right. And the next tool would be like pen, pencils, calculators, or others. Like in our modern era, we are writing our papers on the Microsoft Word or any other software available in internet. But some people still like to write their works on pencils. And when you will like writing a scientific research article, sometimes you have to calculate different maths or solving different equations. So you need calculators. So you have to determine what types of instrument or tools you need to complete your writings. Because if you will start writing and then again stand up from your chairs and you will find those instruments from different places and collected it, and then again come back into the writing, that's going to be like a huge distraction to complete your writings. Definitely, trust me, that should not be work to write a effective article, or like, doesn't matter, research article or review article. So you have to be very careful to keep and put your instrument and tools or other things which will be like necessary for completing your writings in front of your desk or like close by to you, which could easily access by you when you will write your thinkings.